Battle the Atom with the like
Yeah,
older
yeah.
brother, like the future Brotherhood with like Old Man Deadpool and all them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They went back in time when the young X-Men went forward in time and took over their place and started killing like the Brotherhood of Mutants and everything. So now the younger X-Men are fighting this older Brotherhood. And that's written by Cullen Bunn too, which is excellent. I mean, Cullen Bunn's I mean, we're going to see him
Yeah,
at
I've
C2E2.
never really been disappointed by anything he's written.
No.
Some of it hasn't, like it's he's got some really great stuff and then just good stuff. But I mean, I've never said anything he's written is bad ever. I would say some of it is adequate, and then some of it's really fucking good.
Yeah.
It's he never goes under that line for me really.
Well, Guggenheim in the X-Men Gold annual wrote a really good story, and it was Megan and Captain Britain finally had their baby. So they invite Rachel Gray,
Does it have
Nightcrawler.
powers? Does it got like sea powers or something weird?
It's fucking like 3 months old, and it's a fucking genius. It's already
Wow.
talking in like full sentences. It's a goddamn genius. It was able to work these mechanics. I'm talking like Valeria Richards, fucking genius at 3 months old. But she's a genius, but she still doesn't understand. Like she's still a baby, so she doesn't understand like the nuances between like good, evil, and things like that. So she's still asking like these childlike questions, but she's a fucking genius. It's a really good story, and
A
they
lot
get
of
it.
dangerous kids in the Marvel
Oh
universe.
yeah. Well, there's one line I really liked is they get attacked and Kitty's like Kitty Pryde's in like a skirt. She's like, God damn it, I keep having to phase so I can move. And Captain Britain's like, I've got your old Shadow Cat uniform in a box and like right back there if you want to grab it. She's like, I brought my own uniform. Plus, I was 13 when I wore that, so it probably doesn't fucking fit anymore. I mean, just some darn good writing in that, and it's fucking great. I mean,
You know, I'll tell you one I think is really good that I think is underrated, and I couldn't even tell you who writes it at the moment. It escapes me. But the Spider-Man vs. Deadpool book is
uh,
it's really underrated and really good. I think it's better than the Spider-Man title actually. And right now they're doing this. It's a future storyline, and I've got to read the second part yet, but I read the first one, and it's basically Peter Parker is really old, and he got the Chameleon, I think, broke his back in some battle that he had with Deadpool and the Chameleon and Spider-Man. And so Peter Parker broke his back and he's paralyzed from the waist down, but he's still got spider powers. And so he's like a 70-year-old man, and he's in a nursing home, and he's just kind of lamenting the fact that he can't walk anymore, and that he used to be a superhero, and then he got old. But in the same nursing home is Wade Wilson, and Wade Wilson still walks around he's just scarred head to toe still, and he just looks like a piece of beef jerky, and he's really scrawny and old, and he's got a big white beard, and but he's still I think he's like still wearing he wears sunglasses in part of it. I think he still puts on the Deadpool mask just down to where his beard just comes out the bottom of it, this big white beard, and he's like really gross, and he like never showers, and he just grosses out all the old ladies and stuff, and he's always trying to bang the old ladies in the nursing home, and you come to find out that because Deadpool is just fucking a billionaire for some reason.
yeah.
He's got all this money. He's just basically following Peter Parker around, and because he wants to be best friends with Spider-Man, so he's just following Peter Parker around, and he bought his way into the nursing home where Peter Parker was to live right next door to him in the nursing home. So then he's like he wants to catch the Chameleon, and he wants to revive Peter Parker and get him feeling good about himself again. So he sets up this fake burglary, and so Peter Parker would get intrigued by solving a mystery again. And then, like at the end of the first book, it just shows Spider-Man in his costume, but in a wheelchair, like shooting a web, and like Deadpool hanging onto the back of the wheelchair, like old Spider-Man and Deadpool going out for one last
One last
kicking ass.
hurrah.
Yeah, it's fucking good, man. I think that's a really underrated series. I don't know how many people, if it's popular or what, but
Are
I
you
read it all the time, and I've been getting it since it started. But I think it's really good.
are you caught up on Avengers yet?
Not at all. I just got my books the other day, and I've got about 8 parts of No Surrender to read.
Oh man, you gotta read it. Oh man,
I got my when I picked up my books finally, I had a stack fucking yay tall.
That was me the other week, and I'll say this: I hadn't picked up I had been picking up my Marvel side, but because we get the DC, I hadn't been picking up like my DC ones, so they've just been kind of like sitting there. And
Yeah, that's the only bummer about New Comic Book Day for me, by the way. If I can jump in there, is I've already read everything. When I get my books, I read a lot of DC, and I've got a few Marvel in my list. And every time I pick up my books, everything I've already read. I've got a stack this big I've already read.
You know, and it's gotten to the point where a lot of the books I've started cutting down on them. So like Metal, Doomsday Clock, I'm gonna get those single issues because they're this big event. But a lot of the books, it's just kind of like I don't really want to pick them up because I've already read them. But then it's that thing of, well, if I don't pick it up, I'm gonna not have that run in my box, you know. But yeah, I spent a couple $100 to get my books out to you.
Yeah, that's what mine was, $198 like 2 weeks ago.
Mine was like way more than that. But you know, like I said, I've been letting my DC pile up. And April's just, oh shit, ooh. Next month, Sonic comes out. We got to hit the IDW booth while we're at C2E2 because I got to see if they got any Sonic promos while we're there because Sonic starts next month from IDW.
Well, the good thing about this year is that since we're staying practically right on site, we can just take our time. We can just browse whatever and go back to the hotel whenever we want.
We got the.
We don't have that hour drive. That's the thing. An hour drive in the night kills me every time.
I mean, we got the turquoise tickets here. We got the turquoise tickets, so yeah. That
I wonder if we get to go like right through the thing, or if we have to walk around that big mile-long line. I wonder if we get like all access to just walk in.
I think we just get to walk in. I'll have to check, but I mean, there's so much to do. There's so much to see. We're gonna have to hit up the public. I mean, honestly, from us, we go to DC. We can show them, like, you know, we can say, hey, we're reviewers for you guys, but it's also, we got to hit like Dark Horse, IDW, Boom. We got to hit all those other publishers.
Well, yeah, I want to. We got the email from Image that they wanted to set up some times. I don't know if did you send them any times yet back or anything?
No, I told them who we wanted. It was, who do you want?
Okay, so then you're just waiting for them to respond to that.
Yeah, and hopefully they do.
Everybody wants Jason Aaron. That's who everybody's asking for.
And I sent him a follow-up email and said, just wanted to make sure you got my email about who we wanted to interview. So I'm waiting. Maybe they're putting everything together. But
we'll probably be getting some emails all this week. We'll probably be getting some publisher emails
this week, emails next week. That's probably what we're gonna do. I'm excited because there's just so much that we're gonna be able to accomplish. And here's what I'm loving is the things that we're going to be able to bring to this show. I mean, we're looking at if everything goes right, we're looking at a couple weeks where basically you and I just get to say, hey, here's a bunch of interviews, and we can it's going to be interview shows. People are going to get to hear all these interviews.
It's definitely going to be at least 2 shows worth of stuff because we're going to be filming and podcasting for 4 days straight. Yeah. And probably cutting some movie commentaries in the hotel room after the con. So.
Oh yeah, if you could look for me, there's something I need. So I'm thinking, just off the top of my head, if you can find headphone splitters for a laptop, that would be, if you see them.
I think I might have one. I used to use, when I used to record, I used to have my digital 8-track set up when I played with my band before. I used to have a couple of those.
We need that. We're going to need that. That way we can hear the movie in the headphones, but it won't show up on audio. And we can just use the recorder to record.
Yeah, I'm also going to see if I can...
Bring your tripod, too. That tripod we used last time that hooks onto that mini tripod, if you know where it is.
Okay, yeah, I got to find it.
Remember that?
It's around. So I got a couple different ones. I'll see what I got.
Okay.
But I'm also going to see if I can... I got to see what kind of TV we got in there. Because if we've got a TV and we've got Wi-Fi, I can bring my Amazon Fire Stick and we can watch the shit right up on the TV.
I do want to say thank you to everybody. We had, as my phone goes off, we had a few people respond to us about the Patreon question we gave out last week, Chief.
Yeah, I saw one of them. I haven't seen any other.
Well, Mod, fantastic Mod, She actually,
whose cat? My condolences to Maud. Her cat passed away just recently, so condolences to Maud.
and happy birthday to Maud at the same time because the other day was her birthday. So,
That's true. Yeah. Happy birthday, Maud.
She actually said she would, if anybody, if we wanted to do this, she would provide Nerd Rage Renegade keychains.
Hey.
So we'll talk about that. And then Stephen Wilds, who we shouted out last week, which he corrected me on one thing. Thank you. Megabyte from Reboot was not Tim Curry. It was Tony J, who did the voice of Megabyte. So I made an error.
Still Captain Hook though.
Still Captain Hook. And he was Claude Frollo in Hunchback of Notre Dame, and he sang that song Hellfire, which was a damn ballsy fucking song for a Disney movie, because it's basically, do I fuck the gypsy and burn in the fires of hell, or do I stay pious for God? I mean that's a ballsy fucking song in a Disney movie. But he said he wants a video for Patreon. He would like for like a perk, a video of you versus me, the gauntlet of video games, where we face off to find out who the tougher renegade is. Mario Kart, Tetris, GoldenEye, Street Fighter, 5 rounds of wrestling trivia, 2 points apiece, winner takes all.
I don't know. I might have you on first-person shooters since you don't play them. But other than that, I'm going to get killed and everything.
You might get me at GoldenEye. Now Tetris, you're not going to touch me on Tetris. I play a shit ton.
I don't know.
Tetris.
I'm pretty good at that too, though. I give you a run for your money on that. I guarantee it, because I've owned it in several different forms over the years, and I used to play the arcade game a lot.
I guess that is the question. Which Tetris are we playing? Are we playing the NES licensed Nintendo Tetris? Are we playing the Tengen version? Are we playing the Game Boy version? Are we holding?
I am down for Game Boy or the original NES version.
That's what I'm thinking. Street Fighter, once again, another question. Which Street Fighter? You say Street Fighter, are we doing the original Street Fighter, or as it was known on the TurboGrafx 16, Fighting Street? With Ryu! Are we doing...
You know what? I don't know. That's going to be... Some of those will be a toss. There's a couple of them I know you're just going to kill me at. But some of those I'm not too bad at.
Street Fighter may be a toss-up, because I was always more Mortal Kombat than I was Street Fighter. So that's...
I've always loved fighting games, and I like first-person shooters. So that's where my advantage is going to come in. Everything else I'm going to be screwed on.
Mario Kart, I'm good at Mario Kart.
I am not. You'll slaughter me in Mario Kart instantly.
It all depends on who gets that turtle shell. And I guess it's safe to say I would I would win at the 5 rounds of wrestling trivia.
Oh, for sure. I don't know anything. I might as well just tap
out
of that.
Unless all.
Hey, I'm willing to do any of this. I'm just thinking I'm going to get killed.
He put up there. He goes. Maybe a Q&A sessions with us, which I'm all for. That. I love Q&As. I'm all for that. And a goal could be either a comic book tour of like some of our comic books, or once a month one of us reads a comic book like it's a children's book.
We could do it. We could do both of us and do it Masterpiece Theater style.
You know, I have been itching. I don't know if I want to do Masterpiece Theater or if I want to do like an actual like radio drama, but I'm like itching for something like that.
I would want to do the radio drama. I think the radio drama would be fun, but we just have to get a script for one. I don't know where we'd get that.
Can we get like old like shadow radio shows?
Paul Lynde would have to be the shadow though. That would be the funniest thing. Paul Lynde is the shadow.
Who knows what lies in the hearts of men? The shadow knows. Kids.
Or the pants of men.
Oh, I know what's in the pants of men, Chief. It's big and it's bulgy. We're talking about the Patreon. We're still talking about that, so we'll see.
Well, I'm totally up for any of that stuff. I mean, that sounds all right to me. But like I said, some of those games I know I'm just gonna be murdered in instantly. Because
should I bring the SNES Mini Classic and we can play Street Fighter?
Yeah, man. So yeah, bring whatever you could comfortably take with you. Well, I mean, don't fucking kill yourself.
No, and that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I gotta bring my CPAP machine. Yes, I have a CPAP machine, so I gotta bring the CPAP machine. So you're gonna have to put up with that at night. The CPAP machine.
I like it. I like noise at night. I can't sleep without noise, so that's good.
Because
Turn it up all the way.
otherwise, if I don't have that every morning, I'm gonna be like this narcoleptic